Hi everyone, this is Ellen Marie Francisco. Thanks for coming into my channel. I want to do a little channeling, in fact, for this coming month and beyond, looking at whatever Spirit wants us to look at. Some of the visuals in this video are actually from a little place called Mortlach in southern Saskatchewan. I found it on the side of the road, just beautiful. It looked like a heart-shaped little pond to me. I found it really curious to have so much red around it and then such white. I didn't understand, so I had to go walk around and take a look, and I took a lot of video. Space is actually off Highway 1, and it's between Moose Jaw and Medicine Hat, way closer to Medicine Hat actually. I was heading to Regina. I saw it on the right, had to stop. All right, so here's what Spirit wants to look at. Looks like we're still clearing out the debris, so to speak, figuratively and tangibly, from our own lives and scenarios and situations that aren't working, that aren't helping, that aren't serving, that aren't contributing to the light plan. There's a light plan going on. Light is winning. Awarenesses are shifting enough that people are getting broader strokes in their visual capacities, so they can see parts of the bigger picture that may not have been available to them in the past. What else am I feeling? I feel like there's a war for your attention right now, with just so much that's warring for your attention. I would ask, where is your attention going? Can you pull focus a little bit and look at things in a different light? Do you need to reapproach? There will be no reset moment, I'm hearing. I feel like this is a reapproach moment. I think we've had to come back to our foundation and sift through it in these last number of months. Is this part staying? Does it work? Do I like it? Am I okay? I don't think there's a lot of opportunity for mistake from what Spirit's telling me. Like divine mistakes are around us more than ever because we needed the extra push. I still feel like energy is coming from all sides though. It's coming from different timelines, and I think it's a major consortium of loose ends that need to be sorted through and tied up, as well as new realms and new possibilities are still opening, and I think they mean that literally and figuratively. So new realms becoming available. It's possible. Sometimes there are different realms that we've got to clear out before the next one moves on, and that's just the way it goes. A lot of opportunity. It feels like a very constricted time right now, probably in the outer world for a lot. They're saying it's all going to open. So what if there were a correlation between how willing you were to stay open to things and how things open to you? Almost like a direct reflection or a direct frequency. You would see your own constriction. You would feel your own resistance. How open would you be after all? Would you open your mind? Would you open your heart? One or both? Would you open-ended and breathe it all in one big breath? So there's a lot of consideration about what is really going on with the weather. I would say I would have to agree that there is some manipulation. I believe that there are organizations that are studying the manipulation of weather. And then they're actually manipulating the weather in order to increase their study base. So I think you know, there are some very obvious signs available to us right now that are things that are showing things that are out of balance and out of alignment that also need to come into balance for the benefit of this actual planet, but not just the people on it. Yes, the people on it as well, already in their own planetary shifting. So I don't think that that just slows down. I feel like we're getting bombarded with a lot of the untruth still, the lies and the untruths that we've had to endure or deal with or numb ourselves out from. And they're just coming faster and faster in more recognizable ways. So you would literally have to be asleep not to notice them. And if you really are that asleep, then you're not noticing the obvious trends that are just hitting most of us over the head right now. And maybe you're just not ready for that clarity. And hopefully, humanity will have the patience for you to catch up as you trail behind. I guess that's the point. To some degree, the zeitgeist is already here. Somewhere between the solar eclipse and the new moon, there's already been a massive shift. And too much focus on the surface isn't going to make all that so easy to get to for those of us that don't already see right through it. I feel like there's also a lot of antagonistic energy coming in right now. And rather than being aggressive, it's better served to use this energy as an invitation to dig in with determination, to get to the bottom of whatever the problem is, wherever the breakdown occurred, and figure out how to, rather than attack the surface layer, clear the foundation for the right constructive build. Those that are fighting the obvious may dig into more resolute, narrowing positions and cause those of us that know better to use it as an opportunity for growth. A combination of everything and anything is coming up during these days ahead, as is like a pioneer moving into new territory, anxious to have a new beginning, as is the way we're coming in with the new moon this month. I wonder, what is the new initiation? What is the new road? What is the new path possible? There is a lot that's going to seem like it's a trickle in the background, and it may seem like nothing's going on. And then all of a sudden, kaboom, we're being flooded with everything. I still do think that this is an extreme time. I think there's still going to be a massive amounts of extremes. Why do you think that's that? Probably it's an appropriate representation for what's actually going on. This really is a revolutionary moment in our history. And massive amounts of shifting through spiritual extremes that were very definite and very clear and very believable, quite non-negotiable as a matter of fact. It seemed to be more non-debatable. On emotional body, mental plane that's also been demanding. And it certainly brings a state of overwhelm here and there as you're trying to feel into what's really going on. I'm starting to feel really into the dualities in this world, but there are dualities in us that are part of this world that we are also having to come to terms with, like even as simple as love. You can love something and hate something at the same time. Like people can have love-hate relationships. They do all the time because they can be in the truth of both settings, right? So I guess that this is the thing we may be working with, is learning how to work with the state of acquiescence. I may have to believe what I'm seeing right now as I'm trying to see what I believe. If there's a test in these next 2 weeks, I'm going to ask, what is that test in these next 2 weeks? I'm hearing patience. So it is a patience. It's trust. It's a test of our patience. No wonder they mentioned as a spiritual practice, all of the people who are digging in, not willing to see the light I think that there's a lot up for grabs during this next couple of weeks too, like thieves and things like that, and scoundrels running around out there, thieving around is what I'm feeling. So it might be worth doing a little bit of extra protection and making sure things are sealed up and locked up tight if you are vulnerable and such. Just a little bit of making sure you've got things where you need them or want them. I'm hearing we need to adjust our trust accordingly. So we're definitely getting pressed upon with a lot of explosive energy, even if you think it may be a little more watery, it's still kind of fiery. I'm literally seeing a bomb drop, like a mic drop, like a bomb drop, that kind of a thing. So I would not be surprised if there were outbreaks of violence in these next couple of weeks. You know, because there are angry and impertinent people that want their way, you know, and that they're unusual or odd locations that you wouldn't expect. I'm feeling like somewhere northern Dakotas or northern US, going on in the US in the northern part near the Dakotas, I guess. Not sure. It feels like I'm also hearing Iowa. I'm hearing Dakotas for whatever reason. So there's a lot of power struggles going on right now. It's a massive power grab. The problem with that is, unless you're grabbing power that is yours to grab and it's yours by divine right, it's really just power running amok. I just don't see it working out. And I think that the point is most of this is going to backfire anyway. I think that some of the major money grabs or power grabs that people are making are also going to be really obvious. The blinders are off. There's not too many places to hide anymore. I've watched so much of humanity that's within immediate reach of me just make massive quantum leaps in the past number of months, and the integration is happening. It's a little confusing at times for some. Some of us are going, what just happened to me? But we're figuring it out and we're allowing it to work for us. And we're building new strengths and new faith in the parts that are working. And if you have new strength and new faith in the parts that are working, you really are poised for new and beautiful growth, and sustainably so, because now you've got the proof in the pudding that you can do this for yourself without a whole lot of interruption. And when you allow for that new and beautiful growth, you're met with a powerhouse of support from all the invisible allies that conspire to help you on your path. Whether that's through the strangers you meet in your day-to-day worlds or the ones that you meet in your sleep. It all gets put together one way or another as it appears like the whole world is falling apart around you. Just know that you're coming together in new and beautiful ways that are going to really help in these next months and years. Keep the faith. May the force be with you. What else can you do? Live a little.